Okay, so welcome to our Nutrition 101 Q&A call this morning. I'm so grateful that you guys have joined me. So I have a presentation that I'm going to share with you, and I hope I can also see the chat box at the same time. All right. Can you guys see that okay? Yeah, okay, perfect. I don't know why that's doing that. Okay. All right. So, like I said, one of the biggest myths that so many women face in talking about their nutrition, and one of the most dangerous ones, is that we believe that less food equals weight loss. And so many women often will come into our communities, they'll sign up for these workout programs, and they'll be like, okay, I'm going to drink water and eat a couple apples and gonna lose my weight and everything's gonna be fine. But the reality is that's not sustainable. It's not healthy, and it's not creating a lifestyle that has a positive relationship with food. So that's what I really want to talk to you about today, is being able to make these meal plans a lifestyle for you. So obviously, eating less food does not necessarily equal weight loss. You are not giving your body the fuel that it needs in order to build your metabolism to burn the energy. And so a lot of these meal plans actually involve a lot of food, but it's about wrapping our head around eating the right food that is going to fuel our body properly and help us get into that, like metabolic burning stage, rather than, not eating all day and then binge eating at night in front of the TV, which can also happen to so many of us. So we have two incredible plans with Beachbody that we have access to. And the two are the Ultimate Portion Fix and the 2B Mindset. I love this graphic so much, and I'm going to show it to you again throughout the presentation so that you can really wrap your head around which plan is best for you. And it might not be the same plan that your coach uses. It might not be the same plan that your best friend uses or that you've heard about before. You really have to ask yourself what's going to work best for you and your lifestyle. So the 2B Mindset, this is one for me that is actually new. I'm diving into it now. It's an incredible program that's based mainly around freedom with eating and really having flexibility within your meal plan and figuring out what works for you. So the 2B, why it's called 2B Mindset, is because Alana, who leads it, talks about the two bunnies, and the two bunnies are right there in the first box there. There's water first, veggies most, daily scale, and tracking your food. So all she asks that you do is really stick to these four principles, these two bunnies, throughout the time that you're eating. It's really based on like visual and like volume eating. So you can see down in that graphic a picture of what your breakfast, snack, lunch, and dinner looks like. For me, something that is a challenge with 2B Mindset is having no carbs at dinner time. So just remember that if this is something that you want to try and to be successful with it, that's great. You're making sure that you're being really mindful of when you're eating your carbohydrates. And again, this is why this is so great for your creating your lifestyle, right? Yeah. So, and then she has some other really great principles there, like setting yourself up for success, like the dinner and done, out of sight, out of mind, which is what the OOSM stands for, thinking 2 pounds at a time, etc. So the other meal plan that we have is the Ultimate Portion Fix. Ultimate Portion Fix is one that I have been doing for the last like 3.5 years. And although it's a more structured program, it really is something that I feel like I have been able to turn into a lifestyle. So it is definitely feasible. It is, like I said, more structured. You have the containers and each food fits into the container, and it really helps you wrap your head around portioning and why portions are so important. You can see there's like a quick start guide here showing you that approximately, depending on your weight and your calorie bracket, that this is how many containers of each food you'd be having in the day. She does do Autumn. It does do a couple different ways. There's also timed nutrition, which if you've ever done an 80-day obsession, she talks about time nutrition, and there's intermittent fasting, which are different ways that you can use Ultimate Portion Effects as well. But essentially, you have these containers, you fill up your food in these containers each day, and you have that to eat in the day. So it's great for people who really thrive and know that they're better with more structure. And for me, I know I've been able to wrap my mindset around the fact that like, okay, I should be having 2 carbs a day. So 2 servings of carbs in the day. And that really helps me to know throughout the day if I'm on track and how I'm doing as well. So a couple of things is, we know this, and this is why I think you're here with me today, is understanding the importance of being prepared. Being prepared isn't half the battle, it is the battle. So I've set out 5 steps here to really help you be successful with your meal plan. So deciding your plan, learning about your plan, meal planning, prepping, and then executing, because we all know, and executing is actually the most important step of this. We all know what it takes to be healthy and to live a healthy lifestyle. It's not a lack of knowledge that we are dealing with. It's a lack of execution. So I really want to empower you to take the information that you learned today and then put it into action, knowing that each day, every little choice that you make with regards to your nutrition is a 1 step in the direction of helping you to achieve your health and wellness goals. So choose your plan. So again, I said I was going to show this to you again. Take a real look at this Venn diagram. What one really looks like it's something that would fit you and your lifestyle? Being able to visually picture your plate, being able to, be flexible, focusing on your mindset. Are you an emotional eater? Have you dealt with binge eating in the past? 2B Mindset is great for that. She really talks about the emotional side of wrapping your head around your relationship with food. Do you really rely better on structure? Are you an A-type person who loves to have a plan in place, who loves to have exactly the containers that she's eating each day and understand your specific calorie bracket? Then Ultimate Portion Fix is going to be for you. But the important thing here is that they are all suitable for all levels. And I love so much about Beachbody that we don't eliminate any food groups. This is just about eating the cleaner, healthier food that our bodies are meant to eat. So the second thing I want you to really empower you today to do is to learn. So everything you need to know about your meal plans are on your Beachbody On Demand. This is what you paid for. So many people sign up and they're like, oh, great, I'm signing up for these workouts. This is awesome. You guys, you can find great workouts-ish on YouTube for free, right? The real benefit here, and I don't underestimate that, Beachbody workout programs are incredible, but the real value that we have here is within our meal plans and the nutrition information that we've been given on Beachbody On Demand. So I really want to empower you to go. So like I said in the first step there, figure out the meal plan or the program that you're doing or that you want to do, click on program materials, and then go to nutrition. And I can walk you through this after if you guys want me to go into Beachbody On Demand and kind of show you, but it's pretty clear and easy to follow there. So under your program, there's always the tab option of like the workouts, maybe the calendar, and program materials, or often the calendars under program materials. And there's always going to be a nutrition tab option. The other way that you can do this is by going to Beachbody On Demand and clicking on nutrition right up at the top, and then going to your plan of choice. So there's 2B Mindset or there's UPF. There's also, if you have Body, the Beachbody On Demand Interactive, there is some incredible resources on there for both nutrition plans through Body. So I really want to encourage you to go and to check out some of those things there as well. Alrighty. So meal planning and prepping, this is really the bulk of the work. And this is like what you need to do in order to set yourself up for success. I always say this to my dad. My dad is a type 2 diabetic, and his biggest battle in life is wrapping his head around his nutrition. And every single day he'll call me and I'll say to him, Dad, You know you need to eat today. You know you need to get through the day with food. So why are you winging it? When you know that when you wing it, you don't make good choices, then recognize that today you're going to need to eat. So plan it out, because the more you have it planned and the more you have it prepped, the less likely you are to go off the rails and to really, you know, you need to eat today. And when we wing it and when we wait until we're hungry, that's when we really shoot ourselves in the foot. So I want to encourage you, step one, write it out. Write out everything you want to eat, including all of your meals and snacks and when you're going to eat. There are a ton of meal planning templates that we have within our community that you can find on the web for free. Grab a piece of paper and a pen. Write out what you're going to have for dinner each week, what you're going to have for lunch, breakfast, snacks, all of the things. Write it out, wrap your head around it. Especially today on a Sunday is a great time to do it as well. Number two, cook it. Take like an hour. I always encourage people, turn on some music, turn on a podcast, pop it in your ears, even have some fun with it. Get into the kitchen, wash and cut all of your fruits and veggies, cook any proteins or any carbs like quinoa or rice that you want to have throughout the week. Just cook it, because we all know that when it's there ready for us to eat in the fridge, that we're more likely to eat it. I used to be so notorious for buying a lot of produce and throwing it away a week and a half later because it wasn't washed, it wasn't cut, it wasn't prepped, it wasn't ready for me to eat. So therefore I chose the easier options, which was Triscuits. Number three then is to prep it. So get yourself even some really cool, like portioned containers. I know Brianne is really good at this. She often has like, she'll share pictures of her meal plan or like her portioned meals throughout the week, which is great. If you don't want to do it for the full week, you can even just do it a few days at a time. Again, you know, you're going to have to eat. So plan it and prep it for yourself and make it easier on yourself. And then remember, this is about creating a lifestyle and a relationship with food that you can sustain for the long term. But in the beginning, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So now is our time to start to build those healthy habits, and it's going to happen day by day. So I'm going to stop sharing there. Okay, so that was a lot of information. But I just kind of wanted to empower you. I wanted to encourage you, and I wanted to give you the motivation to take control over your meal plan and over what you're eating each day. So, questions. There are no stupid questions. There's nothing too basic, but I do want to encourage you to ask any questions that you may have. Anything like that. And if you want me to go to Beachbody On Demand and kind of show you some of the stuff, I'm happy to do that too. What are some of, okay, here's the thing. What do you struggle the most with your nutrition? What would you say you struggle the most with? You can drop it in the chat, or you can unmute yourself.
Overeating.
Overeating.
Even healthy foods, but overeating.
Okay. And is that because, and you're like snacking throughout the day kind of thing? Or what is
sure.
it?
I blame the kids, even though I know it's in my control, but I eat a lot of the kids' food. So like I'll make them lunch and eat while I'm making them lunch. And then I'll eat my own lunch. So often I'll eat like a portion and a half as opposed to just my food.
Right. And that's something that takes that self-discipline. Like I remember in the beginning, when I started 80-Day Obsession, my coach at the time, Courtney, she was like, what if you actually followed the plan? Like no grilled cheese crust. And that really resonated with me, because how many of us sit there and eat our kids' grilled cheese crust? And those little things really add up. Yes. And the goldfish, it's so easy to just sit there, and I'm the same. I think out of sight, out of mind for sure. And you having your own food prepped and ready to go and understanding that that's what you've got for you, and maybe even planning your snack time at the same time as the kids, which I know the kids eat 24/7. But finding a way to really set yourself up with that mindset around it, right? And I think it just takes that little bit of mindset and that self-discipline in the beginning. Totally, Leanne. So Leanne's saying here, I generally use buffet style meal prep, but then my day gets derailed and I have to leave and head to a location. Then I end up under eating significantly. I need to start planning in containers, but I haven't made that jump yet. Okay, I love that, Leanne. Also, understanding, and like this is where the planning in advance really helps. When you have your calendar in front of you of like where you're going and what you need to do, so many times, like even grabbing some hard-boiled eggs and some cheese and crackers and some cucumbers in a baggie that you bring with you into the car. Like I've learned to bring roadie snacks with me and really being able to like be mindful of that, because that prevents you from, yeah, letting all that food in the fridge go to waste, or stopping by Tim Hortons because you've been out for 3 or 4 hours and you're starving and you just want a quick bagel or something, right? So don't be afraid to bring food with you on the go. And that to me really has helped too. I've tried Tubi in the past. Biggest challenge is making separate meals for myself and the incredibly picky eaters in my life, especially dinners. I don't have the energy or organizational skills to make separate meals. Michaela, I feel you 100%. My kids are pretty picky eaters too, to be honest. I've kind of taken a personal sacrifice in trying to make meals that I know they will be happy with. Not gonna lie, a couple times a week, my kids eat grilled cheese and my husband and I eat something else. Or my kids eat egg in a hole and my husband and I eat something else. Like I definitely don't make them something elaborate and different, but if I'm making like a spicy type curry thing that I know they won't eat, then often I'll do that. I guess the big thing again is wrapping your head around no carbs at dinner for you. So even if you're making something like a stir fry or something like that, just remembering that when you're plating it, then you're not taking the rice, right? Like you're having the veggies and stuff like that too. Oh yeah, and Leanne has a great tip there. The biggest thing you've done. And your husband's the pickiest? Oh man, I have no patience for picky eaters, especially if you're cooking for him. That might need to be a conversation with him too, or maybe getting him to like give you a list of the things that you know that he'll eat, and then finding a way to make it work for you as well. Maybe adding more veggies and lessening the carbs that you take or whatnot. But I love Leanne's tip there too about like stocking your fridge with easy things to microwave too is great. Erin, I'm super good and consistent with breakfast and lunch, but then dinner portions are too big, pasta and wine. Erin, I feel you. Honestly, I've gotten to the point with pasta that it's almost not even worth it, because if you've ever put the pasta into that yellow container, it's almost depressing. So for me, that took a big shift, and it really took me keeping the containers out on my, like if you're following to be no pasta at all for dinner. If you're following the Ultimate Portion Fix, having the containers literally on your counter or somewhere that you see them all the time so that they're right there. I had to get my husband into the habit of actually portioning my food for me if he was making dinner or serving it, because that can get really dangerous for sure, the portions of those things. So even like right now on a Sunday, like earlier on in the day, start prepping yourself for what you're going to eat for dinner that night while you're in a healthier mindset, a better mindset. I feel like my relationship with food and my mindset around food is always so much better in the morning, because I'm fresh, I'm ready to do it, I'm committed. I don't have the afternoon lull and temptation to eat all of the things. So I find that if I plan it out now when I'm in the right headspace, and then it's a matter again of step number 5, execution. Follow through on what you've planned for yourself, what you said that you would do. And like I said to Ange, it takes that self-discipline in the beginning for sure. It's not easy. It's not easy in the beginning. You are overcoming years and years and years of habitual eating and a relationship with food that probably hasn't gotten you to where you want to be in your life. So be patient with yourself and allow yourself the opportunity to learn, but also give yourself a fighting chance and actually say to yourself that you will commit for 1 week to sticking to the dinners that you say that you're going to eat, and then see how that feels at the end when you actually follow through with what you said you'd do. So I hope that's helpful. Anyone else have any other questions or anything? What meal plans do you guys follow? Are you team UPF or team 2B? 2B? A mix of both? 2B all the way? So Nikki, a mix of both can sometimes get a little dangerous. I'm not gonna lie. I guess if you're doing like one program, like if you're following a program or you're doing like 30 days at a time, I know Autumn really talks about that too, like taking it 30 days at a time. So if you're doing like one program for 30 days or you're choosing to follow one meal plan for 30 days, that's great. And that's a good approach to have. But if you're flip-flopping like on the day to day or week to week, then it's going to kind of mess with your macros and confuse your body a little bit. So making sure that you are figuring out which plan you want it. Like if you want to see success, if you have some goals, if you have weight loss goals or things that you want to do, stick with one meal plan for 30 days and see how it goes. So Michaela, Shakeology counts as one red. So in the Ultimate Portion Fix, your Shakeology scoop, if you're just having Shakeology and like water, for example, it just counts as one red, one protein. And I often use it as a snack. So it's not a meal for me. It's not a meal replacement. It's usually like around a 3 p.m. thing. And so that's what I usually do is I usually have my snack with like peanut butter and half a banana and some almond milk. And that keeps me really satiated. Nikki says, I go back and forth because I'm trying to figure out what meal planning is best for me. Absolutely. So Nikki, I totally understand that. So what I would encourage you to do is today to go into Beachbody On Demand to check through the 2 different plans, watch some of the videos, listen to Alana with 2B and listen to Autumn with UPF, figure out one and make a commitment and say for the next 30 days, I'm going to stick with UPF for 30 days, or I'm going to stick with 2B for 30 days and give it a fighting chance to see how you feel. And then the next month, you can try the other one and be able to really get curious about what serves you and your lifestyle best. Yeah, especially because we want to know, if we're choosing one meal plan over the other, I think it's really important that you understand which meal plan you're turning down as well, because we never know which one might serve us better. So don't be afraid to explore a little bit, to try them out and to see which one serves you better. But I do really want to encourage you to go into your Beachbody On Demand. Actually, we'll end this call soon. Use this time right now, a few minutes, to go into Beachbody On Demand, to check out the nutrition tab, to check out a few of the videos. They're super, super quick. Read a little bit, check out some of the resources that are in there, the program materials, and check to see which one you think is going to serve you the best. If you are doing Ultimate Portion Fix, please pay attention to the food lists. So Autumn has said which food goes in which container. Don't wing it. Don't wing it is the best advice I would give you. Please look at those food lists because they are ordered in a really specific order. So the foods that have the highest nutritional value are always at the top of the list. So if you have serious weight loss goals or you have serious goals where you want to really improve your energy and your clarity and you want to feel really good in your body, then eat from the top of the list, especially carbohydrates. There are so many of us that can justify being like a bottom feeder eating from the bottom of the list with our carbs. And those carbs don't serve us as well as the sweet potato and the quinoa and the items that are higher up at the top of the list. So I do really want to encourage you, empower you to go in, get curious, learn about it. Don't wing it. These are like professionals who have created these programs, so they know what they're talking about.
Jen, if I can just echo that, this morning I spent no more than 1 hour and I went into the Beachbody On Demand, the nutrition, all of the program materials, and I do not have a fancy color printer. I printed them out and then I highlighted the ones I'm most likely to eat so that when I go shopping, it's really easy to find them. And then also just reminders, again, I don't have a color printer, so I use my kids' markers. And I will be on portion plan B for the next 30 days. And it is really helpful to just wrap your mind around what you will be eating, where things go. And the other thing that I just wanted to say was, I know that a lot of people struggle with nutrition, and Jen just mentioned this, but I had to write it down this morning. What is my why? Why am I doing this? It's not necessarily to lose weight or to like really restrict what I'm doing. And I wrote down, I deserve to feel good. So the reason I'm doing it is because I don't feel my best right now. I know that it's nutrition based. And so I want to pour into this so that I can feel good. So regardless of where you're at in your nutrition journey, that is something that we all deserve. So take some time and look through. There's tons of materials on there to help you. So anyways, just wanted to reinforce that.
Thank you so much, Ange. You are so right. And that's the one thing that I missed, was talking about your why and figuring out your why. This isn't just about weight loss, right? This is about sustaining a lifestyle and creating a healthy relationship with food. So thank you so much for sharing that. You're so right. The one other thing that I will share with you, if you are doing Ultimate Portion Fix, a lifesaver for me has been this app. It's called 21 Day Fix. So regardless of whether you're even doing 21 Day Fix, I love Erin's face right now. She's just like, what? Your mind's going to be blown. Are you ready for this? This saves me so many times. So you go into this and you just click your 21 day tracker. Like I said, regardless of what program you're doing, if you're following Ultimate Portion Fix, do this. So you click on your 21 day tracker and then you click on the day and it tells you how many containers you have each day. Sometimes you have to go in and maybe adjust it, but you put in your weight, you put in what you're doing. And then I actually do this because I keep this app on the first page of my phone. I keep it right beside Instagram and Facebook. So it's right in my line of sight so I don't forget it. And then what I do is like for breakfast this morning, for example, I have my Greek yogurt and berries. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to put in my protein. Like I had one full protein and I had one full fruit. And then I click done. And so it subtracts what you have left to eat. And so I find for me, this really helps because I'll get to around like 3 or 4 p.m. or I'm getting ready for dinner and I'll look at this app and remember, oh, right, I still have a green, a yellow, and a red. Perfect. So my dinner tonight is going to be something that involves protein, carbs, and yeah, exactly. It's amazing. I highly, highly, highly recommend if you're doing UPF to get that and get control. And if you're doing 2B mindset, remember Alana just talks about track everything and use the scale every day because you're either having a losing day or a learning day. So regardless of what you're doing, I hope kind of the underlying message of this call is to stop winging it. Stop relying on being able to just kind of go throughout the day aimlessly and fingers crossed, eyes closed. I hope I make it through the day and take control. Figure out what your why is. What is it you want to achieve? How do you want to feel in your body? And then get into Beachbody On Demand and get your money's worth of your subscription, because you paid to have all of these incredible resources. Don't let it go to waste. Don't say that, you know, you haven't utilized it to its best ability. Okay, my fitness pal. Okay, Brittany. Yeah. So check and see the 21 Day Fix app and see if that helps you a little bit for tracking and stuff. Awesome, guys. Are there any other questions before we go this morning? All right. Thank you so much. Please don't hesitate to message me or your coach. Any questions that you have, we are here to help you. We want to help you succeed. We really want you to feel your best. So no questions are off the table. And I cannot wait to hear how you guys take control of your nutrition. And yeah, of course. Thanks so much for joining me. Have a great Sunday. Take care.